Hello everybody, Mr. Akins here and welcome to What's on the Comic Rack. Every Friday, Allan, the comic collector geek, puts out a top 10 challenge. This time it was your top 10 female superheroes. So I started to make a video, and then once I started making that video, it kind of morphed into something that wasn't what Allan, I think, was looking for. Allan is looking for them being showcased on a cover of a comic, and I started talking about why I like the characters as far as my top 10 characters. So I shelved that one, probably going to put that one in for later because I don't know if it really fits this of just showing 10, because once I started it, I started showing a lot more than 10 books. So this is my second attempt on this. This is just covers with female superheroes that I like, and I tried to pick some different artists that I like. And so here are 10 female superhero covers from artists that I like. We're going to start this one off, and usually I go right into Jambo style, but we're going to try to not do it this time. This time I'm going to show it with the books in the bags. Sorry about the glare. That's one reason I like doing Jambo style. I take the books out of the bag, and it doesn't seem to, well, it kind of cuts down on the glare from that. And another thing I'm going to have to do is, because I'm old, I'm going to have to take off my glasses so I can see. I can see close up, I can't see far away, so when I want to read something, I have to take my glasses off. So, number 10, and these are in no particular order, The New Champion of Shazam, and this is done by Joshua Middleton. I absolutely love this cover right here. It looks like, when I first saw this, I thought it was a photograph. Even my wife said the same thing, and she usually doesn't say anything about the comics that I'm getting, but she made note of this one about how great this one looks. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love this rendition of Mary Marvel, a female superhero that I like, but I can't necessarily put her in my top 10 because I feel I don't own enough comics by her. I don't know enough about the comic, the character, to do an in-depth video about this particular character. That's number 10. Number 9, and again, these are in no particular order because this is an absolutely phenomenal artist. The Return of the Valkyrie. This is Airboy number 5 with this absolutely gorgeous Dave Stevens cover. Look at that gorgeousness right there. I actually got this book from Collecting Casually. He has a little setup in a local antique mall, and he posted this in a group chat, and I said, hey, I would love to buy that from you. Absolutely gorgeous. I love Dave Stevens' art. Next, this is an absolutely gorgeous cover. This is Action Comics 1053 by Will Jack. This is an amazing cover, and I love this rendition of Power Girl. Again, another character that I like, but I don't know enough about, or don't have, I guess I would say, a kid's nostalgic connection to it. This character, I would love to collect more of Power Girl and learn more about her, but I could not pass up picking this absolutely gorgeous cover up. Next, we have an Art Germ cover. This is a female version of Loki. This, again, is absolutely phenomenal. I'm trying to get that glare off. Art Germ is another artist I absolutely love, and I absolutely love this cover right here. This one and the other one and the Mary Marvel were headshots. I absolutely love these headshots on these. Not all of these are going to be headshots, but all of them are artists I really, really love. Next, we've got Michael Golden, the Savage She-Hulk number 8, with a little man thing back there in the back. Michael Golden was one of those artists when I first started getting into comic books, was doing a lot of covers. and I absolutely love him. Plus, the first comic book I ever picked up with my own money was Avengers Annual 10. He did the interiors on that. I absolutely love Michael Golden art. And another thing about Michael Golden, if you're ever at a con, there's usually not a line. You can always get him to sign something. And I absolutely love this rendition of the She-Hulk for the Savage She-Hulk number 8. Next, of course, I'm going to have a John Byrne cover. This is Alpha Flight number 3, featuring Aurora. This is one of my favorite Alpha Flight covers. In fact, I love this one so much, I actually bought a slab of this one. John Byrne always does an amazing job of black and white art. Next, the master himself, Alex Ross, with Black Widow. Black Widow is one of those characters that would be in my top 10, but I don't have or I don't own enough comics that feature her in it. But her rendition by Scarlett Johansson in the MCU is absolutely phenomenal and is one of my favorite MCU characters. So I picked this amazing, timeless cover by Alex Ross. All these timeless covers are absolutely amazing by an amazing artist. One of my favorite artists. Not a headshot, but still, I don't own the actual version of this. This is a reprint. This is Marvel's Greatest Comics, which reprints the Fantastic Four. But we've got some Jack Kirby with Crystal, the Elemental, right there in the center. Jack Kirby always does some great female figures. I wish I had a Big Barda comic with her on the front, but I don't. I will get to that one day. So this is the first thing I could pick up since I'm trying to do this one pretty quickly. Jack Kirby with Crystal, the exquisite elemental, as the title says there. The Inhuman Crystal right there in the middle. Two more. The Master of the Crowd Shot, my second favorite artist ever, George Perez, in his rendition of Wonder Woman. This is when I started picking up and reading Wonder Woman comics with this right here, right after Crisis. And I absolutely loved his run on this. It gave me Walt Simonson vibes. Walt Simonson used a lot of Norse mythology in his run, and George Perez used a lot of Greek mythology in this run right here. Another great thing about this one is it has... it's a wraparound cover that people may not know about. So there is some amazing artwork on the back as well. Ares up there at the top. Absolutely wonderful. I love the detail in George Perez's art. He is an absolute master. And last on my list, since I had to pick artists that I really love, I had to pick Walt Simonson. And I've got a Walt Simonson cover here with Dark Phoenix right there in the middle. Love his rendition. Plus, I got to see, on this cover, we get to see him doing the X-Men and the Teen Titans. And like the other comic, this is a wraparound cover, and I think on the back, it is absolutely one of the best renditions, artistic renditions of Darkseid out there. If you see this comic book, pick this up. I think it's one of the best crossovers out there. In his rendition of the Dark Phoenix. So there's my 10 comic books that feature female superheroes. Not necessarily my favorite top 10, but 10 of my favorite artists drawing some female characters. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, we'll see you around the comic rack.